and then boom. Okay, cool. So now what we want to do is start updating information related to this. I don't know how to do a pause, but we don't really need to do that. This thing is just going to be the bare bones to start off with. So now what we want to say is we should have a div with an ID of, what do we call this? Work activity. So right now I'm thinking initially we're going to have prepare to start, and then we're going to have underwater swim. So I'm going to say activity, current activity. Well, no, let's do past activity. Current activity, and next activity. And now we've got elements to hold each of these values. So let's say get element by. So now we can start adding things in here. If they get element by ID, so okay, so we've got the past schedule, we've got our intervals, is total intervals. So what we want to start doing is have our, what is it there here? I think it's our distance, right? Let's console.log our distance. And then run this again and start the training. If we look in the console, yeah, okay, so our distance right there, but let's do distance divided by 1,000, so we get seconds. So I'm going to refresh and start the training. And we'll go math.floor distance. Because right now we're getting that weird decimal. We don't need that. I'm just going to save this and then refresh, and we'll go start training. Okay. 5, 7, what was the first one? 5, 7, 9, 5. Was that what our total exercise time in seconds was? 5, 7, 9, 5. 5, 7, 9, 5. We actually lost 2 seconds from there. 1, 2, 3. 5, 7, 9, 5. For whatever reason, we're losing 2 seconds on here. I'm not going to worry about that for now. Cool. So right now we have our time to go in seconds. We could say and so refresh this page and start here. 1:36:33. Now we need a way to say calculate all of the time that we have. So what we could do is to say let's think about this. Because now what we could say is console.log time to go in seconds is greater than past schedule at 0 dot interval. So let's say like if time to go in seconds is greater than past interval at position 0. So if it's greater than 10 seconds, we could say time to go in seconds minus past interval. So if there's 5,000 seconds left, if time to go in seconds is greater than the time to go in seconds minus the first interval, then we want to console.log. This means what we're saying here is we're just going to console log in here initial rest. And so the way that I'll know if this is right is if I run this, there should be initial rest going with each one. But after the 10th second, initial rest should stop queuing. But it's not. Time to go in seconds is greater than time to go in seconds minus 10. Let's refresh the page and start the timer. Uncaught errors, inner HTML of null. Document get inner HTML. Oh, this says demo. This should say clock display. Let's refresh the page, see if that works. Okay, so it went straight to expired, and we're doing this. Okay, so I had a second to look at this outside. I took a little bit of a break. The thing is, I'm not really sure why they have the expired one here. I don't think that that's what we're trying to do at all. This is the if statement for if it's expired. Here we're getting the element, we're setting the clock. Here we're setting the seconds and the minutes and the hour. So this is all just like set clock stuff. Get clock display, minutes, hours, distance. We could actually extract this and say, make this like set clock. And then we're going to pass in the duration. And then I can do this outside of here. I can go function set clock. And then duration. And then this way we're cleaning up this function in here. So if I save this and I refresh here, start time training, duration is not defined. Distance. It should be distance. And it should be distance here. So refresh the page, start time. Okay, now we've got our thing going again. Now we've got our initial rest happening here. Now, I'm not sure if this is what's causing the problem, so I'm going to just get rid of this. What we want to do is have something where we can make if statements based upon the time to go in seconds. So let's go here. I'm just going to console.log time to go in seconds. And we're going to refresh the page. And I got rid of that console log, so now we should just be going time to go in seconds. 94, 93, 92, 91. Nice. Okay, so 89, 89. It did 89 twice. So this is actually going to be an imperfect timer, which is pretty annoying. But, you know, what are you going to do? I'll have to deal with that later. So time to go in seconds is counting down here. I'm going to refresh the page just to stop that. Time to go in seconds. Now, we could do something like... Now, with each second being counted down... Well, with the past schedule, it's going like this, right? So we've got our total time minus the time at position 0 to go, right? So it's 5797. Well, at 5787, we want to move from position 0 to position 1. So we say, we want to make an if statement. If time to go in seconds is less than time to go in seconds minus past schedule at position 0, time to go in seconds is less than time to go in past schedule at position 0. And I want this to be in brackets, so it's less than or equal to. Then we want to say console.log the past schedule at position 0 dot interval, right? Or dot, yeah, interval. Workout 1. And so now I'm going to refresh the page and start here. So it should say workout 1. Okay, it's not doing it at all. Time is greater than or equal to, perhaps. Time to go in seconds is greater than time to go in seconds. Console log. We should also, I'm also going to console log past schedule interval here, just so I can get an idea for what's happening. So refresh the page. Workout 1, workout 1. It's time to go in seconds. Workout 1. Oh, so it seems to be working now. That's weird. What about time to go in seconds minus interval 1? This should be a countdown, like a 10, 9, 8 type countdown. Let's refresh here, see what happens here. Time to go in seconds. Past schedule. Oh, okay, so this time to go in seconds 0 in interval. This is going to be 10 for a long time. Seconds minus past interval. Okay, so what we need is a total seconds. Yeah, I see what's happening. Let's refresh there, and then we have a total exercise time in seconds. So we want to make this not time to go in seconds because that's a moving target. We want it to be total exercise time minus whatever that position 0 was. So let's refresh the page here. 87, 87, 87. Okay, so now we're there, and at a certain point, this is going to stop. After 10 seconds, it should stop saying workout 1. Now it's going through. Okay, so now what we have is a way of differentiating if we're in whichever stage of the workout that we're in. Cool. So workout 1. Now instead of saying workout 1, we want to add to the situation, right? So what we want to do is say document.getElementById, and we want to say current activity. And we're going to make this equal to the past schedule at position 0 and the title. So we're adding the title of the workout into here. So if I refresh the page here, prepare to start. Okay, cool. And after 10 seconds, this should, well, actually it won't do anything because what we need to do, yeah. And then, I mean, it's getting kind of ugly right now, right? Because we would be like, else if, time to go in seconds, we'd say this one's like 0.1. Current activity. And then past activity is going to be equal to, oops. Past activity is going to be position 0. And then future activity next activity, it should be at position 0, 1, 2. Okay, so now total exercise. But the problem is we need to add this as well. So this is where I'm going to have to come up with a fancy way of doing this. Otherwise, this program is going to get pretty crazy. But prepare to start, and we should actually do the next the current activity, past activity. We should actually do next activity here too. Next activity is equal to position 1. And then you'll see prepare to start, first 25-meter underwater swim, and then their second 25-meter underwater swim. There should be a rest in there, 0, 1, 2. Anyways, let's refresh the page, get started again. So prepare to start. I'm actually going to refresh now, and we're going to change the way this works as well.